Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I've started a new series, because I suck at it mainly. But I just picked up something recently on some property I come across, and I found y'all might find it entertaining. So let me show it to you real quick. So what we got here is I believe 1983 Suzuki LT 50. I got this out of a shed on a piece of land I purchased, and the previous owners told me I could keep it. So the story is on it that it was bought by him, the guy that owned the land, back in, or brand new, and he bought it for his grandkids, and the grandkids never really ended up riding it, and it sat, and he had a mechanic work on it in the 90s, and the mechanic never got it fixed and left it in pieces. Supposedly, it doesn't appear to be in pieces, but he says that, and it's been sitting in that shed since the 90s. I'll probably post a picture of where it was sitting in that shed somewhere in this video, because I mean, it was just tucked away. But I pulled it out the other day, and I'm just kind of curious what it's going to take to get it running. So if y'all guys want to follow along, I guess here we go. So first things first, I washed it the other day. You just grab right there and pull, kind of pull up real quick, and that will get you to the majority of this bike. So this bike is a two-stroke 50cc, and at first I thought the engine was locked up, or I didn't think that. Give me a second, I'll rephrase it into what I actually thought. When I first got it, all I noticed, I thought the pull cord was bad because it free pulls. But if you'll study, there's a cable and it goes up into the frame. If you read that, set parking brake before starting engine. The second you set the parking brake, guess what? It works. So it actually has compression. So the way I see it, it's got a chance of cranking. I will say, if it ever does run, the rear end's locked up, and I know I got the parking brake on, but let me turn it off. Come on. It's still. Reason I couldn't tell you why. I don't know a ton about this thing. There's not a ton about them on the internet, so yeah. So I am probably, since I just now discovered it pulls over, I'm probably about to pull the plug and see if it sparks. Let me check real quick. Alright guys, so I've got it set up on its back, because believe it or not, that's actually the easiest way to get to that spark plug because of where the fenders are. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna set y'all, let's see, right here. You can see that spark plug down there. Y'all tell me if it's sparking. Let's see if I can rotate it where y'all can see it a little better. Y'all can't see where the darn, I tell you. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Let's see. There you go. Y'all got a good view of it. Let's see here. Alright, so from what I can tell, unfortunately, we ain't got spark. So let me see if I got another spark plug for this thing, and I'll get right back with y'all. Alright guys, so unfortunately I don't have a spark plug like that one, but I do have this that come out of my truck a while back, and I know it wasn't missing, so this should be theoretically a good plug. So I'm gonna put this in and we'll see if we still got spark. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna zoom y'all in. Y'all can see if it's got spark or not. Unfortunately, the little bike does not appear to have spark. So we're gonna have to do some further diagnostics. So, y'all give me just a minute. All right, guys. So after some research, or after some studying, I noticed this sensor in the back was broke off, and it's supposed to thread in right here. Originally, this bike would have had a safety tassel that went across the back of it, that if pulled, it would shut the motor down. You know, like if you had your kid was riding in front of you on this four-wheeler, and you were riding behind them on another four-wheeler, it had a safety tassel to shut the motor down. But the sensor was broke. So I just taped a screw in there to keep the button pushed down for now, just for now. And what I noticed as soon as I did that, you'll see here, it's hard to do with the light on that camera. Pay attention. Oh, it's hard to do one-handed. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can see that. You might not be able to. But the little sucker actually has spark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the original spark plug back up, which is already in the jug and all. And I'm going to put it back up, and then I got the carburetor pulled off, because if you'll notice, it's full of dirt daubers. And I don't want the engine immediately sucking that in the second it cranks. So I've just got the intake port open. I'm going to clean out the carburetor. When I get that cleaned out, I'll put it back on, and we'll see if it cranks. Alright guys, so what I've realized is the parking brake's on anyway, and it can't run away. The carburetor really needs to come off and be put in a vat and soak for a while before I could really let the engine run through that carburetor. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray just a touch of ether or brake clean into the intake and see if it pops off, because I have nothing better to do. So let's see. Just a touch. Okay. Just a touch. And there it goes. Well, y'all saw it firsthand. A little sucker runs. I put a little bit of oil in the cylinder when I was spinning it over earlier, so I wasn't too worried about spraying just straight brake cleaner in there. But I don't think I'm gonna do that again until the carburetor and all is ready to, you know, actually use premix like it's supposed to. Actually, this little bike is supposed to use gas in that tank and oil in that tank, but I really don't trust them systems. And that tank is starting to look a little worse for wear. So I'm gonna put probably 50 to 1 in that tank and still put oil in there and make sure the oiling system works. So, well, guys, that's all about all I'm gonna do tonight. If y'all would like to see a series on this little bike, y'all just let me know. If y'all would like to see a restoration of it. I don't have any kids, but I got a lot of family members that do, and I'd love for them to have something to ride. So, yep. Y'all let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.